Hey, good morning, everybody, and happy Monday. This is Brittany with the Seniors Blue Book, and today I am joined by Heather from My Care Finders live via Zoom. Good morning.
Good morning, Brittany.
How are you today?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Good. Did you have a good Mother's Day?
Yes, we had the kids, went to lunch together, and obviously there's not a lot that we can be doing right now out and about, but it was still very nice spending family time together.
Absolutely. It's definitely forcing some creativity. We had somebody build us this butterfly enclosure, and we've been basically like taking caterpillars through the process. They do it, they form a chrysalis, and then
Mhm.
they become butterflies. And yesterday on Mother's Day, we had our first official butterfly emerge.
Oh, wow.
And I felt like a mom of the butterfly. I'm like, Happy Mother's Day.
So are you going to now grow yourself a butterfly garden type of thing too in the back?
We're actually like growing, we're letting them grow and then we're releasing them.
Oh,
So we were watching this whole thing on how they travel to Mexico and all this cool stuff, but it's like a new hobby that we've picked up over, I guess, quarantine. So
oh yeah, definitely learning a whole new world now with having to stay inside, be creative, and then I think it also helps our imagination a little bit more too.
exactly. Well, I'm super excited to have you on here today. I adore you, number one, personally and professionally, but tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and how My Care Finders got started.
Sure. So, of course, the ones that know me, I'm previously an assisted living facility administrator. That's actually how I gained my expertise and experience. Prior to that, I also worked in skilled nursing, which really helped tremendously as well, just from the holistic aspect of it, where I can help them on every level. And even prior to that, just for a little bit more background, I was also in wealth management. So, from a financial standpoint, that tremendously helps as well to help families know how much they can afford and they're not outliving their funds. But definitely, what they experience in assisted living has really helped me because, primarily, as we know, most families are, even though they're across the board looking for independent living, assisted living, skilled nursing, but definitely I say a lot are for assisted living, so to have that background and experience has really helped with this. But basically, more so working in one facility and having families coming in and me meeting with them, I could tell that sometimes I wasn't always a good fit, but it was really hard to help them in knowing that they were lost. So for me to actually be able to now help them on every level, and when they call me, to know that I can actually have a handhold approach with them and tour with them personally, I think has really made a big difference in order to really help the families versus just helping a certain family member coming into the facility. Now it's wherever, and that's one of the biggest things I think I love about this business is having the passion and really genuinely helping them, each and every one on every level. And there's no ulterior motive. I mean, it's
Right.
really the need. They have that need, they need help. And unfortunately, with anything in business, people, even though it may not be a right fit, they always want to sell maybe what their facility is, which I understand. It sells, but some actually do the right thing, others may not. But to know that you have somebody, an advocate for the family, actually touring with them personally, talking to them, knowing that you're only there for their best interest and no other reason, I think has really helped as well. Just knowing that we're going to stay through the entire process from the move in all the way through, even after they move in, if they have issues or need help, we're here for them.
Absolutely. And take us kind of through the process. So when somebody, whatever their situation might be, right? Maybe they're in the hospital or a rehab, maybe they're at home and they're starting to research communities. What does that look like? Kind of an overview from the moment they call you. How do you kind of work with your clients?
Yeah, so I definitely like to try to build rapport right away with the family. So I will definitely talk to them on the phone if they prefer it, but if not, I would love to meet with them in person, just so that way they get to know who I am as a person. They put a face with a name, and I really just go over a whole holistic point of view with them. So I look at their medical history and ask them questions on their social geographic location as well, and then financial. So I really want to know what their needs are, what they need help with, and then I dig deeper into that and start asking more probing questions that maybe they don't even think of themselves. And then after they give me all the information that I feel that would be beneficial to help them with, and then going from that perspective, then I actually will start identifying communities based on those needs and preferences. I generally would say I start off with about 2 to 3, but I never like to limit families. So if they feel that they still need to look at more, I'm still here for them and will still be more than happy to show them as many as they would like through the whole process. The great part is it's completely free for families. So I'm, again, here as an advocate of a free resource for the community. And I get paid by the communities themselves, the ALFs, independent living. So I want to always be transparent in the way it works. And at least they know there's never a fee involved for the family, ever.
And with the quarantine going on, and a lot of the communities have, or I should say all the communities have kind of strict guidelines in place right now. How are you conducting you're doing the virtual tours, and you made a point before we got on here live that families need to know more than ever right now, really, what the communities are like. And so you're such an invaluable resource right now because you know the communities like the back of your hand. So I'm sure a lot of people are relying on you that way.
Yes, I have a great partnerships with almost every single community around with the marketing person. It's always different, of course, when you're looking at a virtual tour versus being there in person. But unfortunately, emergency situations happen, and sometimes the family member needs to move anyway. So I want to at least know that they have eyes and ears that are out there. I'm still here. I've been to all these communities. I'm on a personal level here, very intimate, family owned and operated. So that really helps knowing that I've been to all these communities that I'm actually advising them on and recommending. It's not just something that I'm doing, I'm looking at a list and then naming a few. So I think having that personal connection and then knowing that these virtual tours, they do help, but then I can also give my personal professional expertise and advice on it as well.
Yeah, and I think what's cool about what has happened in the world and what's changing is, and I know from working in my prior life before Blue Book with you, we weren't really necessarily using Zoom for those out-of-state family members. You know, a lot of us were using phone call, emails, things like that. This is really, I think, going to personalize how you do business with those out-of-state family members, because, I mean, I don't know what the percentage is, but I would guess somewhere around at least half, if not more, are, you know, you're working with them from California or Michigan or Pennsylvania, wherever they might be.
Right.
So for them to be able to Zoom you, I saw on your website that you can schedule that with you as well, right?
Yes, absolutely. And that's what's great too, is because most of the time we're working with the children. So you're right, they're out of state. Most of them are not here locally. And because of that, I think that also presents a new challenge. But now I think it's almost a blessing in disguise, just trying to look at the positive with what's going on. And I think it's really helped from that standpoint, where the children actually can feel more at ease knowing that there are still ways that they could still be here, even if they're not in person. And knowing with the Zoom, that has really helped. And then again, with me being able to help them as well, I think it's made a big difference. And yeah, so if they go to my website, they can definitely see on there the information at mycarefinders.com, review everything on there as far as what we can do, how we can help. And I like to point out a couple of things I think is great as well, is knowing in the community, my business, and they've actually approached me, the Herald Tribune, and I've actually been featured on the front page article twice because of my services and expertise that have really helped. And another thing is, obviously, we try to do the best we can, making sure we find the most appropriate placement. Sometimes, or on occasions, things can happen where it's not always a good fit, changes happen. But in our situation, we've been in business, this will be going on year 2. We've had 100% retention with all of our move-ins. And I think that speaks volume in itself, knowing that we do what's right thoroughly. And I feel that it's really made a big difference for us as a business as well. But the families, when they see that, it's on our website as well. So even if they're out of state, they at least know they have someone here that's actually done it themselves. It's been there, done that. And I can help, again, from a professional and personal experience for them. And so yeah, if you look at the website, there's a lot of good information. You can see the reviews on there, testimonies. They can actually enter in their information. And there's no obligation. We do not charge families. Again, we do not put your information in spam, but we would love to talk to you, even if it's a resource where we can help just give you advice or information on different places, then you're welcome to do that as well. We just want to make sure we're here for our community and our way of giving back.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the 100% retention. That's amazing. And like you said, it speaks volumes for how you're working with your clients and making sure that they are in the right place. Um, and this website's amazing as well. I have it pulled up, of course, so people can kind of go through. It's mycarefinders.com, and I will put that in the post, of course, along with the phone number to reach out to Heather and her team. So you just got married recently, and congratulations, of course.
Thank you.
I got to kind of boogie down with you at your wedding, which was fun.
And
So,
just in time before the whole COVID-19 hit.
exactly. Thank goodness. But tell us, you have a couple other people on your team, of course, and those are family members, right?
Yes, and that's what's really great. Again, being family owned and operated, we're not a franchise. So I think that helps too, because we're not tied down to just one area. We can go anywhere for that matter to help the family. And again, it's that personal service. But my now husband is actually a former administrator of skilled nursing, and he joined the team last year. And so I think also having both of us in the field prior has really helped as well. So that's Christopher. And then also have my sister. She recently joined, and she's been amazing. She's very passionate with what she does. You can see it. She's a go-getter. Her heart is really there. And I think it's great to have a true local family-owned and operated company, knowing that we all have the same goal and mindset for this, helping others. And so I think it's really made a difference for us, and knowing that we can share that on that personal level.
Absolutely. And your husband, Chris, he's a pretty good karaoke star.
You two have really boogied down on it, huh? As you can see, there's a keyboard with a mic in the background, so you'll have to do some karaoke.
I just saw that. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. You got to fight for your right to party. Anyway,
I should have invited him in here in our home office.
That'll be our next Zoom meeting. Will be him and I doing a karaoke off.
Oh yeah, I could see that happening.
Well, thank you so much for spending time with us this morning and just sharing your story. And you and the family, you guys are amazing, and you're doing a fantastic job out there. So if you want to get in touch with Heather, what's the number, the best number to reach you at?
You can reach me directly on my cell. That's always the best. And again, anytime, Monday through Sunday, 24/7, does not matter, because unfortunately, people need help no matter what. When they're sick, they're ill, they can't wait. So Call me at 941-666-0266. And I'm happy to help in any way. Again, call me, you can text me, and I'm always here to help answer any questions for the family.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for being with us. This is Heather with My Care Finders. And one thing I wanted to mention, what area do you cover? Because we do have a lot of viewers watching. So what area are you covering?
Yeah. So I would say as far north as Sun City. I have been in St. Pete a little bit if somebody actually needs help by word of mouth, all the way down to even, I would say, Inglewood, Northport, Punta Gorda. I'm actually from Florida, born and raised in Fort Myers. So if there's anyone down in that area that needs my assistance, just has questions, advice, and I can help them, at least give them some guidance, I'm happy to do that as well because of that. And then also just really, again, anywhere though, even if it's out of state and they call me just because they need help, a connection, I can help them there as well. So it's not just this area, but primarily I would say Manatee and Sarasota.
All right, perfect. Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to this live with Heather from My Care Finders. And please reach out to her if you do need a resource or you have any questions. And Heather, I hope you have a wonderful Monday.
Great. Thanks for having me, Brittany. Take care.
Bye.